Hi, it's Bradley from BetterCar, and today I'm here with the Audi A4 TDI Ultra Sport Avant. So it's a long old name, but it's a big old car and there's a lot to run over in this one. So this car has travelled just over 65,000 miles in its life, which is more than the average, but this has been incredibly well maintained. It's got full Audi service history and the general condition of the car is incredibly good. So just on the front lip, just here, you would expect to have stone chips and bits like that on there. There is nothing there, and we haven't painted the car or anything like that, so it's been well looked after and not obviously had loads of stones flicked up at it. The wheels themselves are 18-inch Audi Sport wheels, and they look very smart, and there isn't a single scuff on any of the four wheels around the car. Now let's move round to the back. Right then, moving round to the back of the A4 Avant. As I said around the front, this is a TDI Ultra model, so this should do around about 70 miles to the gallon on the motorway, which is what Audi claim. They actually claim that it can do about 75, but realistically you're looking more between 60 and 70, which makes this the perfect motorway car, especially for families, being the Avant as well. The general condition, as I said, is very, very good. There's no sort of dings or dents down the passenger side, and down the driver's side is exactly the same. Now, on the boot lip itself, as you would expect, it's got a couple of tiny little scuffs, but they're really not noticeable on this. They're not through the paint or anything like that. And on the back of this particular car, you have a full power tailgate. When you're inside the boot, the actual size of it is 505 litres. So this is class leading in terms of the size of cars, so it beats out Skoda Octavias and anything in the sort of Volkswagen group that this would sister car with. You can fold the rear seats down. It is a 60-40 split as in general, but you can fold the middle seat down on its own if you wanted to get a longer bit of cargo, like a bit of timber or maybe some skis in there as well. There's handy nets in the side. You've got your Audi first aid kit just here, and you have got a movable floor which has got a space saver spare wheel under it, which is very unusual in a modern car. Normally they just come with pump up kits. Now let's move inside where it's a little bit warmer. Right then, moving into the back of the A4 Avant, you've got these lovely thickly cushioned leather seats in the back just here. You've got three separate headrests with three full rear seat belts as well. The third one is just there. The rear doors have got lovely door cards, so you've got this aluminium trim on here, looks very nice and very upmarket. You've got electric windows in the back here as well. And the main thing about these newer Audis is that you get temperature controls just down here. So you have got your own climate zone in the back here, so it makes it a 3-zone climate control, which is odd on a modern car. You normally either get dual or quad, but you have got at least a little bit of control in the back here. Let's move into the front. Right then, moving into the front of the Audi A4 Avant. Now this is a really nice place to be. The style of it is incredibly good. So you've got the two centre air vents just here, and then you have got a fake vent running along here that keeps the style going to the passenger side vent as well. The wear and tear in here is very good. There is nothing to note in here. So the driver's seat hasn't got any sort of rips or tears in it at all. The steering wheel hasn't got any sort of ring marks around the top or anything like that. And yeah, this is a 5th generation Audi A4. So the design of this car comes from 2016 when this car was released, and it runs through to the modern day. So this is pretty much a brand new car in terms of specification and the technology that you get on it as well. Now, in terms of that specification, you get cruise control on the stalk just below the steering wheel here. You get automatic lights, automatic wipers. You've got 4 electric windows all around the car. You have got the controls for the centre screen in the centre of the gauges just here, and you have also got navigation, voice controls and radio controls on this side of the steering wheel as well. Now moving into the centre, as I said, you've got sat-nav in this car. You have also got telephone connectivity, so you can play your audio devices through that. You've got your radio on there as well. Oh, let's turn that off. You've got your radio on there as well, which has got DAB digital radio, and then you can also put in media devices in the glove box just here with an SD card, or plug it in via USB down there. Now this also comes with drive mode select, so you can have comfort, sports, or you can do it in individual, so you can set it up the way that you want it to be. And in terms of other bits on this car, this is an automatic car, but in terms of the style of it, it is more in line with something like a BMW, where you have to push in the button at the side and then shift it into gear. I haven't got my foot on the brake, so I can't do anything. Now, the volume controls are just down here in the centre console, and you have got a movable armrest in the middle as well, so it makes it extra comfortable. You have also got an SOS system, so if you do, touch wood you don't, but if you do get into an accident, you have got the SOS system in here as well. Now let's move on to the paperwork and then we'll round it up. Right then, moving on to the service history with the Audi A4 TDI Ultra Avant. It has got one owner from new, this car, and as we can see on this paperwork, the last service was carried out in July of 2020 at 58,500 miles. Now, moving on to the safety check with the car, this is done by our local garage for us, and they have checked the tyres, the mechanicals and the electricals of the car, and they deem it fit and ready for use. Thank you for watching this tour around our Audi A4 TDI Ultra Sport Avant. If you want any more information on this car or any of our stock, please feel free to email us on inquiries@bettercar.co.uk, or alternatively you can call us on 01245 403 367.